Hey there, Adam here. I wanted to do a real fast video on how to make automations in Monday.com. If you're not aware of what an automation is a way to automatically, haha, get the name, I do a task within Monday.com based upon certain prerequisites and conditions you have created within the program. Automations are really the core reason of why you would use a program like this as opposed to just using a piece of paper and a pencil or an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document, which you could use. I mean, those are perfectly fine for a normal sort of to-do list, but if you want to do something more complicated where you move stuff up and down the lists, where you can change due dates with a snooze button so that it's due in a week, so you can click a single button and send an email, that's why you use a program like this, and automations are the way that works. And automations are totally customizable and really the core functionality of this program. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if you're not using automations, you are missing 95% of the reason to use this application. So to start using an automation and start making automations, you're going to go to the upper right and you're going to see a button called Automate. Yours is going to have a 0 next to it. So you're going to click on Automate, and then you're going to go to, you can either click here, add a new automation, or you can go to the Automation Center, which is going to have a couple real basic ones to get you started if you don't want to start trying to figure out how to do a more complicated or custom automations. So for example, this basic one, if you click on that, what you can actually do is anytime you create a new item, which is a new line of text on your board, you can assign a specific person. Let's just say you just want to assign it to yourself. So this is asking you to click and pick a person. Anytime it's got a line underneath the text, that means it's a field you need to basically fill in, because you can have multiple columns of people, which again is a little beyond the scope of where we're at right now, but you just have to click on person, and there you go. So it's going to make the person who created the item as the person who the item is assigned to, which helps if you're trying to look at your My Work tab, because it won't appear there unless you're assigned as the person. Now let's just say you want it so every item assigned to a board or created on a board is assigned to a specific person, not the person who created it. So in that case, you do a custom automation, and then you click on an item created, and then assign. So you're going to assign again, and then you get to pick a person. Assign Adam as the person. So rather than the creator, it's Adam, and this will list everybody in your team. So that way it assigns a specific person to a specific board. The use case for this would be if you had like a to-do list for each person on your team, and anybody could go onto their board and add a new to-do for them to do, and rather than having to click on I'll show you, but rather than having to click on this person icon to pick a person every single time, if it's on Adam's to-do list board, it's going to assign Adam to every single one of those items. So that's some of the real basic ones. Some of the other easy ones to sort of get your head wrapped around it, if you go to, again, just in the Automation Center, statuses is really useful. If you change something to urgent, or stuck is one of my other favorite ones, where you just can't get something done, you need somebody to intervene, then you can set it so that it'll notify and send them a message within the program, and if you have your notification set up correctly, it'll send them an email as well. You can also set it up so that whenever the due date comes or passes, it'll send a notification to you or to somebody else who's assigned, so that you know that a project is perhaps off course and needs some helping hands. So that's a real basic introduction to automations. It is a way to really get the power out of your computer. I mean, it's really, automations are basic programming. I mean, that's the way to think about it. It's a variable system, if-then logic for the most part. You can also do numericals, formulas, but again, beyond the scope of this video. The more you play with them, the more you'll like them. If they don't intrigue you entirely by the time you've clicked through that basic list, I'd be surprised, because honestly, the possibilities are endless. You can move items between different boards based on specific conditions. based on date, based on, you can make a lot, you can make a status column that moves them, you can make a status column that notifies the person then moves it. Really, the possibilities are endless. It's only limited by your imagination. All right, I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions about automations, I have some other videos on how to set up some like to-do lists, recurring tasks, that sort of thing. Some of my more complicated videos you can find in my video section. If you have any specific questions that I haven't answered, feel free to leave me a comment. I try to read and respond to all of them. I really enjoy it. I enjoy teaching, and this is just another avenue that I've been enjoying doing, and it's something relaxing I sort of just do in my free time. All right, thanks.